for me. Blood in my dog and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas trying to take my life away. I put a hole in a nigga for fucking.
What is up, YouTube? It's finally time to paint the VQ S13 brown. In the last video, you saw I got the roof painted black and I got the KBD kit all prepped and in primer. Also, I got most of the R33 Pandem kit mounted, but I wasn't able to show you guys the finished product. So I'll do that later in this video. I'll pull it outside and do a nice walk around video. But first off, the kids, Jessica and the kids went to the mall. That's not my thing. So I'm gonna get a little bit more disassembly on this thing and then start sanding down the rest of the chassis and the body kit so I can get the rest of the chassis in primer. Get the hood latches removed, mirrors, trim, gas door, wing, over fenders, tail lights. Jeez, this thing is a wreck. Time to start sanding. Probably gonna do the chassis and the trunk and everything on the car right now, and the hood and the headlight covers, all that stuff first. Get that into primer, and it's super sunny and nice outside. So once I get the chassis done, I might do all the rest of the body panels outside, or I might try to make room in here. We'll see. All my batteries are dead. So while I wait for those to charge, I got a little upgrade to do on the 34. So I never replaced the battery in this. If you don't know, these come with skinny post batteries from Japan that are almost always dead. So you take them to the auto parts store and line them up with a battery that's the same size. So then you can use the OEM bracket. And then you buy these terminals and you basically cut these off and drill the hole out to be big enough for these bolts. And then you can swap a USDM battery in. This one is going to be a 51P. If anybody at home is using these terminals, please do this before you install them. Take this off and you'll see that the surface that the metal clamp mounts to, that you're going to hook the wires up to, is painted. Now it's not painted in there, so you can shove the wires bare into there and just pinch them. But I like to use the bolt holes on the OEM lines and just mount them through the actual bolts. So if you do that like I do, make sure you grind this paint off in here. All right, got it swapped out, brackets bolted down, drilled these out and mounted them to the positive. Drilled that guy out, mounted it to the negative. So now, next time I'm ready to drive this thing, I can just hook it up and go. Chassis and hood are all prepped. Just gotta mask it off now and do one final wipe down, and then I can put it in primer. But first, I think I'm gonna sand down the rear overs and the wing and the front fenders, which are out of the booth. And I'm pretty sure I'll have room in here for all those things. So that way I can primer everything together. Well, the VQ S13 is finally all one color. I got it all in primer today, and now it just needs to rest to cure. And then it'll take a wet sand to get it ready for the brown paint. Good morning. It is the next day. I've got everything almost wet sanded now. The KBD kit I am wet sanding and then bring it into the paint booth as I get it done. I'm on the last piece right now, which is the rear bumper. So I'm gonna wet sand this and then I'll find a spot for it in the booth. Once I get done doing that, I'm gonna bring in the hose and I'm gonna do a final wash on everything to make sure all this sanding debris is cleaned off of all the parts in there, and also spray down the walls and the floor and then sweep it all outside to make sure the paint booth is nice and clean and ready to paint. Everything's wet sanded and I just got done cleaning the room. Now I got to run to Shane's, but I think he might be coming over because he's got the brown paint. Well, Shane was actually out running around and stopped by and brought me my paint. But I went through my supply, and for some reason I thought I had a gallon of clear and reducer and hardener already, but I don't. So looks like I'm gonna have to put off painting the car till tomorrow after work. That way during the day I can swing by the supply store and get everything I need for the clear coat. The time has finally come. I stopped and got some clear coat, and Shane is doing me a favor and grabbing a nice gun, and he's gonna come over and help me spray this thing brown. First, need to open up the shop, let some fresh air breathe through the booth to warm it up because it's actually a nice day outside. Well, it's spring break and it's really nice outside, so I'm not gonna pull the cars all out so they can play basketball. I only have 2 plastic covers though, so I'm gonna stick them on the Skylines, and then I went ahead and moved Jessica's BMW outside. But before I wrap up this one, I figured I might as well reveal it to you, show you guys what it looks like all put together. So this is a Nissan Skyline R33 GTST, factory 2-tone car that I did a lot of work to. You can watch in previous videos, but its final form now is with the Pandem kit installed and color matched to the factory 2-tone. And it looks amazing. This kit is super wide and aggressive, and I understand it's not for everybody, but as a big fan of the Skyline chassis, I've always thought the R33 was kind of the ugly duckling and never really liked them in stock form. And then when I saw this Pandem kit get released a couple years ago, I thought if I ever got a 33, that's the way I'd want to build it. So I did. The end goal of this car, if you watch the previous videos, was I got a good deal on it because it had some issues when it was imported from Japan. And I didn't have a need for the car, but it was a good opportunity to buy a car and do some work to it and resell it. So this car is for sale. Hit me up if you're interested. Look who came to save the day.
Oh, you didn't even fix any of this? You got a new one. Is this the new one?
No. This is the one they sent me the first time, which has a bunch of blemishes. So when I fuck this up on the wall,
It'll be A-okay?
yep. Actually, we should have just painted both of them right now.
Prep it. Or just no prep it.
Fancy. That looks pretty cool. She's brown. All right, Shane, I would say thanks for the help, but thanks for painting my car. It looks good. Get her, Blue. It's the next day, car's all painted. Now I'm cleaning out the paint booth, pulling some parts out, and it's beautiful outside. So the car is outside baking in the sun. Time for some reassembly. Well, I'm making some progress and doing a terrible job taking video of it. Got the rear overs on, got the taillights on, and I got the front end on. Time to throw on the side skirts, and the rear bumper, and the wing, and the door trim, and the side view mirrors. Getting close. These taillights were in pretty bad shape, so I had some red taillight tint spray, and I went ahead and sprayed the outside pieces and then left the center black. I do have an all black set, which I don't really like. I do kind of like the red outside pieces, so I might try to find another pair of good condition outside taillights and then make them nice and shiny red. But other than that, I'm missing a little bit of hardware that I got to pick up tomorrow. Looks good. A lot of progress this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Like always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace.